To be perfectly honest with you, Toyota can just sit around at the country club all day because they've got all the work done. But let me make this clear now. They don't do that. They try to really get into every market segment, improving every single product that they can to offer customers the best of what they got. That is what Kaizen is all about, continuous improvement. And today we're gonna show you a bit more of that improvement because we have something nice for you today. Actually, we have something nice for you today, the new Toyota Corolla Cross, all HEV. Hey everyone, Vince here from AutoIndustriya.com, and what I've got for you is the 2024 Toyota Corolla Cross HEV for the Philippine market. The Corolla Cross is one of the most popular vehicles in the entire Toyota Motor Philippines lineup. Actually, every month they release about 250 of these units, which equates to around 8 something per day. So yes, every day 8 of these vehicles head out onto the streets to their very happy owners. And why wouldn't it be popular? Because it combines the versatility of a crossover with the practicality, the size, the maneuverability of something as familiar as a Toyota Corolla here in the Philippines. There are 3 variants available from Toyota Motor Philippines. The first one is this. This is the G-HEV. It replaces the G-ICE, the one we've known since 2020. And that one was the more affordable version. This one, of course, is the base model of the range. So as you can see, the changes with the design, they've got a new front clip going on with the new headlights, by the way. LED headlights in this variant. But being a hybrid, they actually tried to reduce the front intakes by kind of having this honeycomb design going on with the front, which is color keyed with the body. In this case, this is the platinum white pearl. The wheels on these are a little bit smaller than the ones on this one. This is the GRS HEV, the top of the line model and the sportier variant of the range. And you can see the differences very clearly. Different, sportier front end, very GR inspired. It's got a 2-tone look with this special color, which adds about 5,000 on top of the GRS HEV SRP. But it's got a black roof over there, nice GRS design wheels, and the nice thing about it is that it's got the roof rails and a glass roof. Now, Toyota doesn't really do glass roofs that often in a lot of their models, so now they're bringing that kind of convenience and I guess premium feature to their top-of-the-line range. The third model in this range is actually not here. It's somewhere over there, which is the V variant, which sits in the middle, kind of combining the features of both. But we'll take you through what you can expect from both the GRS and this one. Powering every version of the Corolla Cross moving forward from 2024 is going to be this. This is a 1.8-liter gasoline engine with an electric drive system for the front wheels. Now, Toyota is really making a big push for electrification, particularly their brand of hybrid electrification, because it's something that's really feasible for our market where a lot of charging stations haven't been established yet. So, powering this is a 1.8-liter gasoline engine. It makes 98 PS and 142 Newton meters of torque. Now, those figures sound very low. The reason is it's an Atkinson cycle engine. That means it prioritizes efficiency more than actually outright power. What it really complements is an electric motor which makes up to 122 PS. So that is the key with this vehicle moving forward. The battery is still a nickel metal hydride battery. They didn't upgrade to a lithium ion, but hopefully in the future we'll see that. The battery is over in the back. You can see it when you follow the orange conduit, the high voltage line, going around the back somewhere and tucking under the vehicle somewhere there. We can't go under there anyways. So the engine bay itself is an interesting discussion because it shows you the platform of the Corolla. If you notice, the actual grille, the top of the grille and where the hood is, there's a lot of dead space right here. And the reason is the platform of the Corolla is a bit lower. They have to put risers to be able to fit the body panels of something more along the lines of a crossover SUV. But when it comes to the actual, the look of the vehicle or the functionality, it doesn't really affect that much. People want the crossover look and the crossover functionality, but with the ride of a car. And speaking of ride, you do have two kinds of suspension systems when it comes to the Corolla Cross. The V and the G has the standard suspension system with McPherson struts and a torsion beam in the back. But this GRS version, they actually upgraded the suspension to be a bit firmer and a bit sportier. Later we'll try it out. Hopefully they don't chase me around here at Santa Elena because I'll try to keep within 60 kilometers per hour. So the version we're in now is the Corolla Cross GRS HEV. And you can see it with a lot of the features of the vehicle, the way they appointed it. I mean, GR floor mats, GR start-stop button, these seats with the GR headrest embossed right there, the logo there. But really, it's still very much a Corolla Cross. Now, steering wheel, nice and perfectly round, of course. You've got buttons for your audio system and the multi-info display here, and your cruise control and Toyota Safety Sense features on the right side. Yes, it does have Safety Sense. So you have dynamic radar cruise control, the lane departure warning, all that stuff, and auto high beam. We'll list it all here, the features you get in the GRS when it comes to Safety Sense. But the big changes here, the screens. No more analog gauges here. For one, you've got a full digital screen here in front instead of an instrument cluster. But don't mind those fuel economy numbers because we've been idling here for our video shoot. But we'll take it out later on, when we get the car for a full review, because we only have like an hour or something with the car to give you this. So, full digital screen there, speedometer on the right, not really tachometer on the left, the power meter is on the left side. But here in the middle, this is something a lot of people are looking forward to. This is a much nicer screen right here. And what do you get? I mean, you do get all the features you want. You have Apple CarPlay. Let's press that now. So this is wireless Apple CarPlay, by the way, along with a wireless charger underneath. It also has wireless Android Auto. But when we go back to the main screen, what do we find? FM, all that. Very nice graphic right there. And then you have music, all that stuff. But here, 360 camera. Let's see how it looks with a 3D kind of ghost-looking view right there. That's actually pretty neat. Maybe we can get it stop spinning. There you go. So that's your 360 view. Mind you, the door is open, so that's why the view looks like that. And that's going to be very useful when you're parking in your at home. Now, what else do we got? You have your voice recognition, USB connect, all that stuff. And then here on the right, that's the panoramic view monitor. You can also cast your phone here, but again, if you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, why would you bother? A couple of things down here. You have your dual zone climate control. You can see that there. You can adjust your temperature individually. And then you have the Eco Heat and Cool. Right below the wireless charger, like I said. But the weird thing is they retained this this panel here, which we criticized in the last video we did of Corolla Cross, because why have all blank spaces? Just get rid of that, or put a tray in there, make it useful. Down here, you have your EV mode, you have your drive modes. You know what? Focus on this screen right here, because when I press this, the modes change. So that's a power mode. It gives you a bit more response. Then you have eco mode, which kind of slows it down. And then you have the normal mode, the balance of the two. And then if you have enough power, let's see. Let's see if EV mode really unavailable because we haven't been driving for a bit. So once we drive for a bit, let it charge a bit more, it should work just fine. But the best part and the things we really like, here, this is the sensors for the Safety Sense. You do get your own DVR with this vehicle along with the rear camera. But the best part, right here. You see when I press this and hold it, apparently I have to hold it, well, the world opens up right above because it has a panoramic glass roof. Unfortunately, you can't open it, but you can get a nice view of the stuff above. And mind you, later there's, I think, the solar eclipse somewhere. Anyways, let's take this version out and see what it feels like to drive. So after we showed you the interior of the GRS, this one is, I think, is going to be more important because it's the base model, the more affordable one. So what are the changes? Well, you don't get the leather seats. You still get a nice interior, of course, and you do retain the larger screen, which I like. And by the way, it has wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, just like the other one. It also has the wireless charger for your phone. Now, there are some deletions when it comes to the features. Because for one, the screen here, it's a smaller screen. It's not a full digital screen like the GRS. So you have both analog and you have the digital screen, the smaller one. You also lose the cruise control panel here. So you can't do that. You can't, just cruise along as you go, So if you're just using it around the city, it doesn't matter that much. But on the highway, you may miss that feature. There are also no buttons here, but you still do get, being a hybrid, the EV mode, the stability control, and the drive modes here. Electronic parking brake with auto brake hold, auto climate control. You don't get the features here for your Toyota Safety Sense, and you don't get the sunroof, but still, if you're looking for a practical everyday car, I think this will fit the bill just as well. So we're behind the wheel of the Corolla Cross GRS HEV. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Here at Santa Elena. We're just taking it out on a brief drive to get a feel for it. But as I expected, it's pretty much the same as the Corolla Cross we've driven before. And that's because they didn't make any mechanical changes. I'm sure somewhere they made some adjustments with certain parts to be able to make it more reliable, make it more durable, that kind of thing. Because that's the thing when you have these minor changes. They incorporate certain improvements that they don't really tell us about. They incorporate things like new stuff to make it better in the long term. And now we're getting a more improved version, even though we don't know what the changes really are, apart from the specs. And when it comes to the specs, at least in this version, it is a nice upgrade. I like that the screen in front shows me all the info I want. I like that this audio system is much bigger, much more impressive. So you feel like you're really driving a more premium vehicle, something more befitting, what your expectations are of a car. Oh look, right now we're following another vehicle. So let's try out the dynamic radar cruise control and set it right now. So I'm following that truck over there. He's not part of our group. I just randomly saw him now, but let's see if the Corolla Cross will basically follow that vehicle. Yeah, it is. It is adjusting its speed to be able to match that truck. Because right now I set it to 52. The limit here is 60. I set it to 52, but we're running at 44, 42, because that's the speed that truck is running at. And that's pretty nice. This is something you can really enjoy if you're taking it out on a road trip. And that's because a lot of the new players in the market right now are offering more for much less. And when you look at how the offerings were before, the Corolla Cross, when it comes to the technology, when it comes to entertainment, was really outclassed by a lot. And now they've brought it up to where it is, or where it should be. Now, like I said, fuel economy, we're not going to be getting that here, but the great thing about the hybrid drive system, we've been very familiar with this system for a long time now, and it still comes into play very, very well. Yes, the batteries aren't the best. These are not Li-ion batteries. These are NIMH batteries. But still, they work very well, and they becomes very, very efficient in the city. We will not be surprised if we would be getting around 20 kilometers per liter if we're driving around in traffic. It's really no problem for something like this. We'll check in with our numbers from our previous review and show it to you right now. Anyways, who is the Corolla Cross for? Well, let's head back to the restaurant over there so we can cool down and check out both cars again. When Toyota Motor Philippines launched the Corolla Cross a couple of years ago, we were kind of critical of it. And that's because we think they really held back on a lot of things with the vehicle. Now, yes, it is great to have a hybrid, but you still can't skimp out on the features. And now we're finally seeing something that is more to our liking. Toyota upped a lot of the things we found to be kind of lacking in the previous examples of the Corolla Cross we found. And now they've got all these upgrades into these new models. So the GRS, this retails for 1.917 million. The V variant, it retails for 1.763. But this one, I think, is going to be the key model, because the one it replaced was one of the stronger sellers of the bunch, which retailed for around 1.312. But now it's just under 1.5 million. plus a little bit more for the color, of course. And that, I think, is going to convince a lot of Toyota customers to switch to something with a hybrid system. Actually, the weird thing about it is that this is now cheaper than the Yaris Cross. As to which one you would pick, well, it's really all up to you. Let us know in the comments below. If you want all the features, the bells and whistles, and the safety sense, and the panoramic roof, go for something like this. If you want something far more practical, which is something a lot of people really do want and need every day, then I think this GHEV is going to be right up your alley.